Peace. Today is Sunday, November 11th, making today's math.
Knowledge, all being born to wisdom.
That's right. I be that king. Knowledge. My knowledge is acknowledged through my wisdom. That's how we do. Peace to the gods and earths. Peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digger.
We got the fact checker rage up in this bitch.
Ouch, yeah.
I got my man, sound man extraordinaire, Alex.
What's going on, y'all?
In the house. And my man, Harold, behind the cameras. What's good, Harold?
What's up?
Yeah. All right, so we back for another week.
Yeah, man. It's been a very busy past couple of weeks for me.
Yeah, I see you doing a lot of Flipmode.
Yeah, Flipmode is
reconfigurations and talk about it.
Officially back in effect.
First of all, welcome back into the studio.
Oh yes.
Yay! Last week you were shindigging it.
Right.
Shout out to our people at shindig.com. So we were able to remotely bring you into the show, but there's nothing like having that 20-second honey bun right here in the studio
live in the
with
flesh.
us.
Right
watching
on.
the steam just,
Well, shouts out to Foxy Alex for keeping my seat nice and warm and smellable.
Always. Exactly. That's how we have to do it. Come on.
Word.
So anyway, you weren't here last week.
I was not here last week.
Because you were in the studio doing Flipmode Squad 20-year anniversary album.
Word.
And tell me, how's that coming along?
It's actually coming along great. Initially we were supposed to just, come in there for initially we were going to just release like some lost files, like stuff that we had did
right.
20
years ago.
Close to 20 years ago that never got released. So listening to the tracks, it's like, it's kind of dated, not really the best representation of where we at now. I mean, some were still classic, but a lot of the punchlines and stuff get old. So we said, all right, let's go on for a week, knock it out, boom. DJ Scratch was originally producing the whole project.
Okay.
So we record for about a week. We actually start getting beats from other producers. Like once we enter Knots, shouts out Knots Raw into the fold. We got Knife Wonder production. We actually just got a Rockwaller production. Like now it's turning into like an album.
Right.
Like, originally we just wanted to just kind of throw something out real quick for nostalgic purposes, but now it's really turning into that. And by popular demand, we were able to track down Lord Have Mercy.
Wow.
So now, now the cipher is, Rod Digger was able to track down Lord Have Mercy. So,
Rod Digger got all the connections.
Can I address a rumor real quick on social media?
What's that?
Man, the rumor is you out here scraping plates, raising bars, calling women's out their names. How you do that verse?
I mean, that's what I do. Like,
I was like, yeah.
Well, if you're not familiar with what's going on right now, what Rage is even talking about, Digger posted a verse of hers from a song from the upcoming Flipmode album. Mm-hmm. And needless to say, it was quite fiery.
Fire.
I don't know if I got a chance to tell you, but yeah, that shit was fire.
Thank you.
My only concern, the verse was hot and I was feeling the frame and everything. Then this damn Jamaican just put his face in the frame.
And started kissing her on the cheek.
What y'all call him, Buster?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
I plug walk through this blood sport. Shorty from up north, let me kick my Uggs off. I come for your food, to that plate scrape. Have you in your feelings like a bitch trying to date Drake. I'm in my Jada bag, can't Crystal Lake they ass. Ever since high school, only with the liquor draft. Watch how I fake the path, suit up like a laser tag. Heard the bar low it now, bitch bout to raise it back. Fuck your algorithms and your stat facts. Getting stripped like chicks getting their snatch tracks. I'll at your girl and bitches ready to rap. I started biting your reason.
Buster.
And y'all see me trying to look. You see me trying to keep my cool. Like, damn, I'm trying to spit my face. Get out of my face. Look, with the cigarette in hand. Can you see the cigarette in the side frame? Little smoke entering the frame.
So what? So yeah, that was a dope verse. But what it was interesting is we noticed that after you posting it, Taraji P. Henson repost your shit.
Yeah, she did.
And fucking now the shit had like, when I had saw it at that time, it was like 125,000 views or some shit on her page.
Now it's like, well, on her page, it's probably up. It's like 400 something. Busta's got about 200 something.
Crazy.
I got a little 50 something.
Listen, that is big.
Yeah, I saw a lot of reposts. Shouts out to Pete Rock too. Pete Rock reposted.
I think it speaks to the, the thirst for real hip hop. You know what I mean?
Especially on the female side.
I was gonna say, and especially on the female side, like I think people got a real taste of nostalgia. As far as, oh shit, this is real rap.
What rapping sounds like.
And this is real rap from my era. And you go, girl, like you still fucking sound tight and motherfucking, you know what I mean? Whatever age you are, I don't know, 25, whatever the fuck, but
I don't waver in my conviction. I don't conform. Like, always was and will be forever a spitter.
I even saw some tweets where you were talking about, you're scratching your head trying to figure out how to like dumb your shit down to get on some of the party joints because the rapidy rap girl inside you will not allow you.
Oh yeah, I made a joke.
Not get into rhyme schemes and all of that type of shit.
I made a joke. So I was like, okay, so now we're at the end of the album.
You're not joking.
No. I was joking. No, I'm not joking. But I was joking because now you're at the end of the album and now there goes we need the single wooty wooty whoop, and I was laughing to myself because I'm like, wow. It really takes a long time to sit here and try to figure out how to rap stupid.
Right.
Without, because what comes naturally to me is, double rhyming and triple rhyming and rhyme schemes. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to break up this rhyme scheme. That's what I said. I was like, I hate breaking up rhyme schemes to try to to catch the wave or some shit. And I was like, but people were really talking to me like, oh, just, don't dumb it down. And I'm looking like, okay, in real life, do I look like the type of motherfucker that dumps? Yeah, I know I'm playing, but yeah, that's I always get a kick out of how easy it is to come up with songs like Tight, but it'll take 9 studio sessions to come up with a party and bullshit, which is probably my least complex rhymes to date. So
now, after not,
and half of them Biggie lines, so go figure.
After not being in the studio for so long with this specific group of people, how is it coming back into the studio and trying to rekindle what was once kindled?
I mean, as far as I think the love is still there, so it definitely it took the first week, it took a little adapting, just getting reacclimated to everybody's personality. Everybody's grown and settled in whatever direction and sentiment they dealing with. So it took the first week for everybody to just kind of lay out, what they were tolerating, what they weren't tolerating, and it's been pretty smooth sailing since, at least for me, because I lay ground rules down from the gate. Like, I need sleep, I need food, I need makeup, once I lay my shit down, that's what it is. But it's always been with me, I think my opinion and kind of my say has always been something that's been highly regarded amongst the crew, because people know that I'm really about this MC life. Like, I'm not just some token girl in the clique. Like, they listen to me as much as they listen to Busta, you know what I mean? It definitely, like, his oversight on everything is always about the business and even so the art, but he also has to balance that business perspective, whereas I'm strictly coming from the MC perspective. So anything I say is always going to be in the best interest of, the artistic outcome of the situation, whereas Busta has to deal with the artistic and the business and whatever else he's dealing with. But me, it's always about being the best MC you can be. So any input I give, niggas know that it's coming from a real genuine place, and they better keep up.
All right. Well, do you are there any songs, like, just give me a couple names of standouts that you think, like, when they come out, people's gonna be fucking with this one?
Well, they definitely gonna the snip I gave. They definitely gonna be fucking with that.
I heard that song too.
Cause
strong. I don't know if I heard the version with Lord Have Mercy.
Well, he just dropped his verse last night on it, but yeah, the other one. Everybody's going off on that.
That's hard.
There's a joint called Wave.
That's a wave. Yeah.
That's Hard Body. The album intro is Hard Body. I'm gonna say pretty much all of it. Everything Knots brought to the table is bananas.
Shout out to Knots.
We even got we got some joints that are not like traditional boom bap. We got some A-Rap music joints, but they definitely provide a nice aesthetic to the situation. I don't want to call it boom trap because we're not trapping, but it's a nice current take on boom bap.
You got some 808 up in that moment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
808 snares and kicks are being used.
Absolutely. And I can't front. Like, I like rocking with Flipmode. I can appreciate rocking with Flipmode because they oftentimes take me out of my box. Because if you leave me to my own vices, I will just rock out with Knots forever. Right. Like, I'll just be, boom bap goddess, forever. But when I get with Busta oftentimes, or Flipmode, I'll do things that I wouldn't normally do myself, and that's how a record like Mariah will come about, or that's how a record like Touch It will come about, which are my biggest records to date. So, I can appreciate.
When you were put out of your comfort zone, you ended up having some of your
hit records,
biggest successes. So it's like, damn.
So this is why I always entertain going out on a limb, or stepping outside of my box in regards to Flipmode. Like, I trust. Busta can take me to that place that will work, that will work for my, excuse me, within the confines of my artistry.
I think that's almost like a life lesson if you think about it. Like, just going outside of your comfort zone sometimes and just doing things that you're not necessarily comfortable doing. I was just talking to your brother a little while before the show, and I was telling him how I learned how to ski. Okay.
I did that in boarding school.
I learned this like damn near, 40 years old type of shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Like, you ain't break no bones.
Right. But it's just going outside your comfort zone. You're in a situation and you could just be like, nah, fuck that. That's some white people shit, or whatever the case may be. But I'm looking at it. I'm seeing little kids coming down the hill. I'm seeing fucking old motherfuckers. I said, you know what? I could do, like, the competitor in me said I could do that. But in order to do it, I'm going to have to attempt to do something I haven't necessarily done before, which puts you outside your comfort zone.
How many times did you fall, Jay?
A few times, but not no disastrous fall.
You ain't snowball, did you?
I didn't wipe 9, do nothing like that. I ain't hurt myself, but I went down a couple times but at the same time, by the end of the day, you know,
you were skiing 190. He's like,
son, like you think I'm bullshit? Like
No,
the white
that's how
people
it
was
go.
like, no way, this is no way this your first time ever fucking skiing. Like, word to me, I never did this in my life. See, but I used to be nice on the motherfucking roller skates back in the days.
Oh.
And I used to ice skate and shit.
I can ice skate. I can't
Yeah.
roller skate for shit.
I'm telling I used to be nice. Like in 5th, 6th grade back in the real roller skating days.
Yeah.
I was a roller skating ass nigga. Like tricks, all of that type of shit.
Damn,
And then, like,
I'm jealous. I was always jealous of people that I can ice skate. I can't roller skate. I can play lacrosse. I can't play basketball. And I don't like watermelon. like all
kind of nigga is you?
Just like, yo, my whole hood ghetto pass.
can't
Not even
front.
when it's cubed up with the other fruits. Like
I can't front. I never was nice in basketball like that. Like I was a baseball and football dude. Like, but basketball for some reason, like just escaped me. Like I'd be good on certain days and then other days I'm horrible. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just was my basketball shit. So it wasn't like stereotypically every black nigga could play basketball.
or
Right.
watermelon. Right.
Or
And I
like
was
watermelon.
very athletic.
Or the
See,
flavor grape.
No, well, see now that I don't like. I don't like grape juice, but
I don't like-
I do love some watermelon. Although seedless watermelon is an abomination against nature. First of all, any seedless thing. Let's talk about this. This is something that we just stumbled into. Seedless fucking foods is some Frankenstein shit, and they want you to be seedless. They want you to be seedless. Think about it. That's why they're giving you some seedless shit. What kind of fruit doesn't have a seed? How does it reproduce itself? How does it reproduce itself? That means this is genetically modified bullshit, because any real fruit is going to have a seed.
It sounds like that Monsanto play though.
Monsanto.
Yeah, Monsanto.
Yes, it all ties into that type of shit, but it all ties into the science of now you as a person, what do we call our children? Seeds.
Right.
What are they trying to do? They're trying to control birthing populations. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to control our seeds. They would rather it that you don't have the seed and that they grow the seed in a motherfucking test tube for you.
Right.
Just like they'll grow the watermelon for you. Just like they'll grow the grapes for you. But don't try to plant your own fucking shit.
Right.
And we're going to make it so you can't plant any fucking grapes or any fucking watermelons because you don't have the seed.
That's been the goal of every
to do
power
so.
structure though. Most imperial power structures, like from time immemorial, have been trying to like control birth, resources. You know what I mean?
That's why black women all over the world right now are just popping up with fibroids and shit.
Okay.
Damn, I never heard
Right,
the word fibroid in my mom's and my auntie's generation.
Listen, what do you think it does to you genetically to be eating a food that has no seeds? Like, what do you think it's doing to your cells? To be exactly, you don't know. You don't know. And we need to find out.
Yo,
but I'm telling you, it's doing something sinister.
funny you should say
Don't
that.
fuck with seedless shit.
We were actually just having a conversation in the studio about how they're making like how China's making like plastic rice and
a fake beef. Did you see that thing?
And making fake lettuce. Like did you see that?
I saw some shit where they had fake beef. It was like on a fucking roller or some shit.
I saw fake
And
lettuce.
It looked like they were cutting it almost like leather or some shit. Was crazy. You saw fake lettuce.
I saw fake lettuce. It's like they were pouring it into some liquid. Almost, it looked like pink pancake batter when they were pouring it in, and they pull it out, and it was. And I don't know if they how it got colored, but yeah, it's like fake lettuce.
What in the Frankenstein fuck are we
What was the
dealing with?
consistency?
So-
Did it have that? It looked like lettuce, like green and
It
leafy?
looked just like lettuce when it was done. I'm watching on YouTube, but
when it's done.
when it was done, it looked just like it looked just like a head of lettuce, and apparently these fake foods are being made in China and purposely being bought by the U.S. because they can't keep up with the
Jay, let me ask you a question.
with the rate of consumption.
Let me ask you a controversial question. Like, do you think there's any holy place where tech can meet food and sustenance and, enhance, let's say, the output or yield of what we consume? Or do you think food needs to be a complete traditional, measured way?
Listen, everything is about balance. Of course, technology can meet food. I mean, a garden hoe is technology. You understand what I'm saying?
Hydroponics.
It's all how far do you go with this shit? Like there are natural pesticides and shit like that. But why aren't these guys using them? Because, when it comes to businesses and these big corporations, well, that's probably more expensive. Or, Joe Blow, who has the chemical thing over here, I promised him I was going to use his shit.
Right.
So and I got money invested. So it becomes, money over people's lives, people's health. That doesn't matter when it comes to making money. And this is part of my whole point of the society that we live in.
It's bad enough they're shooting up animals with the hormones. It's like, now we got to eat cloned hormoned animals.
Right,
it's like, how, then what's going to be the next step after that?
We're about to go to break, but I just saw, in my timeline, I saw a deer that was riddled with tumors all over its body because it was eating, grass that had been sprayed. And I mean, this shit looks so fucking crazy. Like, you never seen a fucking deer like this. This shit had big ass tumors all over its body. And the motherfucker, and it still looked innocent in the eyes. It still looked like, what?
Wow.
What's going on?
Why you had to paint that image? I feel sad.
Yo, bro, you should feel sad. Because that could be you. Listen, that could be you. They want to fucking Frankenstein you, your food, your fucking the world.
Who's they? I love asking him who's they.
Who's they? The fucking the powers that be.
The powers that be.
Socio-economic status quo, them.
Exactly. The corporation called
PTB. We will call them PTB.
What's that?
Powers that be.
Powers that be. There you go.
PTB in them.
PTB in them. Okay? And they have a color too. Yanadameen Godcast. We'll be back. Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. Two fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian PEACE gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today. All right, peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digger.
We got Rage, Alex, Harold in the house. So, I know something that was popular, that was on a lot of timelines, and I guess it's going to be a little bit old when we air this, but
we would not be the Yanadameen Godcast
if we didn't talk about
if
shit
we didn't
however we
it.
feel, and then it just whatever. It's
and
just
I called you when it was happening, right?
So yes, you called me, I guess, when this was going on. I guess last week or a few days ago, whatever the case may be. On Dr. Phil, there was a young black girl, and obviously young, whatever you like to call.
Nothing biracial,
nothing original.
About it.
I say original, but people will say African American. They'll say black. I'm conflicted with those terms. So I like to say original, because that's what we are as original. We are the original people of this earth. So, that being said, she was an original sister who believed in her mind that she was white. Now, first of all, everybody is looking at this young girl and ridiculing her and talking shit about her and all of this. I mean, I think it needs to be put into context kind of too. Her mother, I believe, lied to her, told her that some white man was her father, was her biological father. This white guy was some fucking racist or some shit like that, like a white supremacist type of motherfucker. Okay. So I guess he fed this girl. Now, it's so funny when these like racist white dudes will still fuck with a black. They'll still fuck with a black woman.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the slave master had plenty of fucking black women and all that. Like they'll have a subconscious, real infatuation over the black woman, although they'll act like they hate all things black.
And that was the part of the story that I didn't get, because when I was in the house and I just hear my mother cussing at the television, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what got you all up in arms? She's cussing this little girl out. And so I just turned, I turned on while it was on mid show, so I didn't get the backstory or
her mama's a bed wench.
How she arrived to this, to this mindset.
Her mama's a bed wench that lied to her from young age.
Okay.
The point being, the young girl has suffered through trauma.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I didn't get any of that.
Being lied to at a very young age is traumatic. Okay, and we all are suffering through trauma. But some of us react to it differently. And it depends on, what the trauma is that we suffered that will result in our behavior and all, help to shape our behavior and all that type of shit. So, yes. So, was it crazy? Did it look crazy? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, she was talking crazy.
Like she was talking down on black people are criminal and da-da-da-da-da.
Look like animals.
And I move like a white person and blah, and I feel this in every fiber of my being, and my lips are and what she said, Kim Kardashian is a great role model. All of this delusional, crazy shit, right?
It was sounding so bad, I actually thought she was trolling at first.
Right.
I'm like, she's just doing this to get on TV. She gotta be. There's
well,
no way.
I don't think she's trolling. I believe that she's truly traumatized. She's truly suffering. Her trauma has caused her to be delusional. Okay? And delusions can be a form of mental illness, whatever you'd like to call it. But here's the thing. What makes her so crazy, but Caitlyn Jenner a hero? What makes someone who believes that they are a woman or a man when they are obviously not that? What makes that any different from the crazy shit that this young girl is talking? Hold up. The answer is nothing. The answer is nothing. And we're not going to pick and choose because media and society is going to tell us that one is okay and the other is not. This girl is crazy. Rachel Dolezal is crazy, and Caitlyn Jenner is crazy. And anyone that believes that there's something other than what they really are suffering from some sort of trauma that needs to be addressed, and they are obviously delusional. Now, what's even worse about this We know that that girl was bugging out, right? But now imagine you are now forced to go along with her delusional shit. Right. Meaning now we have to treat her as a white woman. We have to call her, you know, she has to be afforded all the shit that white women get. Her credit score has to automatically go up. There's a lot of white women shit that we have to go along with this shit. See, I don't mind you believing you are whatever you are. That's cool. But why do I have to be forced in on the crazy shit? If you think you're a dog, why do I have to act like, yeah, he's a dog. Good boy, good boy. I'm just as crazy as you for doing that. Now, I know you're kind of looking at me because you don't like the way this turned.
But I just want to.
You don't like where this turned, but you can't fight it. So ask me. I mean, seriously, what makes this any different from someone who believes that they're so-called transgender and all that nonsense? What makes her different from any of those people? And I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm asking you, what makes it different? Nothing makes it different. That's the whole thing. And we get into very slippery slopes when we act, and I know you want to say something, Rage, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you say whatever you want to say. Just give me a second. But we go into very slippery slopes when we act like, well, this person says they were born this way. That's how they feel. We should let them do that. Well, how about the people that feel they were born as pedophiles? How about the people that feel they were born as murderers? Like, that's a bullshit excuse to try to basically just excuse somebody's behavior, somebody's abnormal behavior, okay? Because it's abnormal to be a murderer. It's abnormal to think that you're a woman when you're really a man. And it's abnormal to believe that you're white when you're really black. These are all abnormalities. And the problem is we live in a society where they're trying to make the abnormal normal. You've heard me say this before, and I'm going to keep saying it because that's what the fuck they're doing. They're trying to make abnormalities normal and normalities abnormal. We're on a slippery slope. We're at such a critical time right now. Y'all motherfuckers better wake up. What you want to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to the crazy, even particularly taking the cue from how you saying we have to actually kind of like empower them in the madness. They're bandying about terms like fluid now. Now you don't have to be male or female. You could be gender fluid. So, you know, you could be a male at 3 o'clock and then at 4 o'clock a female. You know what I mean? So now it's just getting into like crazier territory. I just wanted to add on.
I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. But like I said, you know, a lot of abnormalities, a lot of these things come from trauma. Why did this white girl, I mean, I called her a white girl. Why did this original sister believe that she's white? From the traumas of lies, the trauma of, there's a lot of shit that goes into that.
The real live Clayton Bigsby. Just
a lot of time. You know what I noticed? You ever see these, like, some of these lesbian girls where it's like they're pretty, but they're like on some like butch shit almost, and you could tell it's as a defense mechanism because there was some trauma in the past. Either somebody did something traumatic to them, maybe sexually assaulted them, or maybe they saw something traumatic happen to their mother or some sort of female in their life that made them say, you know what, this is never going to happen to me. I'm going to protect myself with this masculine image, so hopefully these men won't even want to fuck with me, or they'll feel like I'm strong enough to defend myself where they won't come at me.
Hey, nigga,
Damn.
what the fuck is you doing?
My fault. You said you wanted the towel, right?
Yeah.
Got your towel.
A lot of times I see some of the, I'm not saying all of them, some of them just want to, you know, eat some pussy. But some of them are doing it as a defense mechanism as from trauma. And that's all I'm saying. And I feel for that. I don't hate none of these people, but we need to address the trauma.
You don't give me hate, but I think like what the problem is that, okay, people have their lifestyle, they live how they live, whether you agree with it or disagree with it is whatever. Me, I personally don't care how other people move to be that vested into it.
Why? But it affects everybody, so you should.
But I don't. Like, I just don't care who you lay with when we leave this Godcast. I don't care who you lay with. I just don't care.
So if he lays with an animal, you're okay with chilling with him?
Well,
wouldn't that say something about his character? Not saying that this good God-fearing man would ever do anything like that, but wouldn't that speak to what kind of person he, like if he lay with an animal, what else would he do? What else would you do? Like, to me, that speaks to his character. That speaks to his character. So I do care who the fuck he lays with, because if he's just running around with it like that, it all matters, digga. And we can act like it doesn't, oh, it doesn't hurt. Yes, it does. It tears away at the fabric of society. If we all were to say, all right, you know what, let's all be gay tomorrow, how are we going to reproduce ourselves? How would society continue to move forward? Oh, now we'd be like seedless grapes, and we'd have to have Monsanto to fucking create for us. And guess who's gonna get the shit under the stick on that?
I mean, I'm not saying okay, everybody, do what you want.
Hold
up.
But
what I am saying is,
that is what you're saying.
But who am I to tell you what you like and what you do is wrong?
You're a human being who has common sense.
Like, who am I to tell the next person what they're doing is fucked up?
You're a goddess.
And I'm holier than thou.
You are holy. You are holy. You are a goddess.
Like, if I agree or disagree with something or feel that it's not for me, like, who am I to tell you what I say is what you should be doing?
Well, I guess you know who is to tell you this? Nature. Okay? Like, okay, let's take ourselves out of it, right? You can do what you want, but in nature, a man and a man cannot reproduce. A woman and a woman cannot reproduce. Only in nature, a man and a woman are the only ways you can reproduce. Now, that has nothing to do with my opinion or how I feel about, homosexuality or anything like that. Nature is the one that decided that.
Okay.
And nature is created by God. So obviously,
I'm not debating you on your stance, Jamar.
So what I'm saying,
I'm just not passionate to death about other people's lives.
I'm not. It's not about being passionate about other people's lives. I brought up this conversation to say, if you thought you called me on the phone to say, look at this crazy black girl who thinks she white. That's the gist of why you called me. So now I'm saying, look at this crazy nigga who think he a woman. It's just as fucking crazy.
Okay. I don't.
Okay.
I didn't say anything about.
I'm just saying, let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy because I know that this is a little sore spot for you. You have people.
No, the sore spot for me is when it becomes disrespectful and inflammatory.
And I'm never trying to be disrespectful.
Because I, you know.
And am I saying anything disrespectful about this?
No, and no, you're not using the inflammatory language and stuff at this moment, but when I do buck up, that's what I buck up about.
Okay, but now, I'm not being extra quiet right now. You know why? Because some of your demographic, I think, constituency.
Fuck the demographic, fuck all of that. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna let Jamar be Jamar right now and preach all the Jamar gospel.
Okay.
That's why I'm being quiet.
I love you for that.
But when you that's why I'm being quiet. Whether I agree or disagree with you, I don't wholeheartedly disagree with you. I don't always wholeheartedly agree with you. But I'm letting you, God body, do.
Well, I want to
express yourself how you need to express.
Just agree with this little piece, and I think you already did. But just for the record,
okay.
If it's crazy to be black and think that you're a white woman, then it has to be crazy to think that you're one gender trying to be another. Yes,
it's definitely the same. It's
on par with the same thing.
It's on par with the same thing.
And if I right now told you that I felt like I was a dog or a cat or a dolphin,
me being a straight heterosexual woman, I can't begin to relate to that mindset. So, but I don't want to say you're fucked up, you're crazy, because I, as a straight heterosexual woman, just because I can't relate, I don't know if I have the right to call you crazy and fucked up.
But you had the right to call her crazy when she, as a black girl, thinks she's right.
She sounds crazy, but again,
but so
I don't know. Listen. But you just said she dealt with some type of trauma,
and so have they.
I can't relate to the trauma that she dealt with to make herself in her head think that she's a white woman. I can't relate to that situation. All I can do is empathize and say, damn, it must have been some sort of trauma. And
that's what I say when I see people who think they're other than their own selves.
I just gotta say something.
I do not hate them. I do not want to see any ill will done to them. Now, as far as the words and all of that, listen, there's a lot of fucking words we throw around. Like, we say nigga, we say faggot. These are all fucking bad words for everybody. So it is what it is. This is not even my fucking language, like English language. Fuck this language. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. Personally, I've befriended females, I guess you can classify them as studs or aggressive AG. And not one of all the female friends I've had who shared that lifestyle has not shared the same story to me that it was a traumatic event that led them down that road.
First of all, I remember.
Not one.
Remember when we used to go to Red Hook? Was that your?
Yeah, Red Hook. Shout out Red Hook. Yeah.
But you remember was that your cousin?
Oh no. There was somebody.
You remember the homegirl?
Yeah. Whoa, right. With the writing on the.
We used to go to a crib when you lived in Red Hook, and I think it was your cousin. She's a.
Oh no, definitely.
That wasn't your cousin?
No.
Well, this girl, I don't know who was in there. This girl was a dyke.
Okay.
You don't remember? Yo, she was so hard. She used to take the 40s, take the cigarette ashes, pluck it in the 40 and drink it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Like that was some we was like, yo, this broad hard as fuck.
She drank the ashes in the 40?
She would flip the ashes in the 40 and drink it and act like that shit made you higher or some shit. Like the ashes. Like I'm telling you, somebody's going to be in the comments be like, oh yeah, we used to do that back in the day.
Lord have mercy.
Yo, that was like, she was really trying to be hard. And I remember she was a dyke. You don't remember this girl?
No,
Maybe you used to was your roommate or something. I don't know, bro. But I remember we used to go to this crib, bro, and it was a broad. She was hard as fuck.
Wow, that's interesting. I gotta look that up.
She was hard as
But
look
yeah,
it
but-
up.
but-
That was your roommate.
I mean, I gotta reflect. But yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that has. I've had them come.
We must
and
be getting
cry.
to the end. It's getting hot.
I've had them cry to me, say they want children. He be like, are you serious? Like, so what's all this? What's the wife beater and Tim's about, man? When you really get to know them at the end of the day, they be having some other stuff, man. That's just been my experience across the board. So.
I'm saying I love all my
I
original
love
people, damaged or undamaged. You see what I'm saying? I love us all. Like we've all, especially in this country, are victims of trauma and how we deal with that trauma. You know, some of us are alcoholics. Some of us smoke mad weed. Some of us, think we white. Like there's all kind of shit that can be, you know what I mean? How we respond to it. Everybody's going to respond different, but we have to realize and address the fact that we have been severely traumatized, and there's many symptoms to trauma, and we can't act like some of these symptoms are normalities. We have to deal with this shit and know that a lot of the shit that they're promoting nowadays is not normal. It will never be normal, and do not accept it as normal. But we love you.
Come home.
That's all I can say. Come on.
New Flipmode album in the works, ladies and gentlemen. Shouts out Busta Rhymes, Split Star, Rampage, Baby Sham. Lord have mercy. Welcome home, baby.
YG1.
Flipmode is the squad. Shouts out Rock Marcy, a.k.a. Mr. Wiggles.
Yeah. Wiggle on out. Well, listen. Another great one.
Word.
Always good, great chopping it up with the queen.
Of course.
Man, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support. Shout out to everybody on Shindig. We didn't get to some of these questions and stuff like that.
We have to do a show one day where we just get questions from all, like the whole show is just answering viewer questions.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit before when we get off of here. Excuse me. Whoa. Excuse me. Anyway, once again, for Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga Digga.
Peace. Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. 2 fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian PEACE gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.